to Don't Flop. We are back here for yet another legendary title match here in the beautiful city of Bristol. Everyone make some noise! All fucking day. Let's go. It's your boy. We're here. Don't Flop. 13. It's 13 years of Don't Flop. It's been an amazing day. I was just saying to the crowd, as these battles have been happening, I've already been planning the next event in my head. I can't wait to get back here. I ain't even left yet. I want to start this battle with some positivity for real. I've got to say massive shouts to Smack and URL for locking down Drake for the Drake card. Huge love for King of the Dot for the continuing Twitch deal. Massive shouts to my guy Briggsy at Premier Battles for holding it down up north. And most especially of all, Raptor, fuck you too. Let's get into the battle. Let's go. MC, on my left-hand side, this is Don't Flop. This ain't no other league. I show love. This is always Don't Flop. We're the fucking originators. Never forget that. MC on my left-hand side, he is the current reigning Don't Flop champion. If you haven't seen his first battle, make sure you watch it.
To the right-hand side, we have the #1 contender. His book's out now. Shuffle T makes it.
All right. So who's have we chosen?
I'm going third.
Yeah? All right, it's it. It's the main event of all main events, man. Don't Flop 13, title match, Crafty's first ever defense after 18 months. It's on my boy Shuffle T. Let's go. Woo!
Look at that pale skin. My God, you are see-through. Crafty, it's a white privilege to meet you. Ladies and gentlemen, Boring Man. Hey, this could be a major release. It's made for the screen. Take it from me. I'll save you a seat. His superpowers truly are amazing to see. He can be skilled and unentertaining simultaneously. The plot is the age-old story. Hero versus Calamity, which he fights with the talent of 10 men, but with 0 personality. Origin story? He went on a school trip to a Dulux factory aged 8. When he fell over the side of a raised grate into a vat of radioactive grey paint. From that day forward, he noticed when he spoke, people just looked at him with a glazed face, so he donned a costume of a plain blazer, surgical mask, and a beige cape. Charming, heartfelt, and it's funny. Based on the life of Crafty and Andy Murray. If you want memory erasing powers, you don't get better than him. He can spit bars for so many hours, you won't remember a thing. Call him 5'9", the height of averageness. Not hugely memorable. A human vegetable. Watch crowds slowly drift from his tent at a music festival. The film comes to a head when a man with personality and skill steps in, gets in the pit in Bristol and abruptly fucking ends him. And that's exactly what I'm here to do. I did not come here to lose. I'm not being a caring friend when I tell you that I'm here for you. Clearly... got beaten up in school. Now he wants to kill challengers, get revenge on the cool kids. But he's still amateur and with no originality. So you're not a skilled battler. Come on, Craft. I thought getting bullied was meant to build character. You could never try to do anything that I can do. The things that people say to me never could apply to you. You'll call yourself the underdog, something you've no right to do. There's a difference between being underdog and people just not liking you. They need someone who's relatable, and it's plain to see you're not. This is about who's right for the league, whose name increases stock. People buy the tickets to events, my face is beamed across, they're selling hand over fist like paper beating rock, and you can't cut it. You've got a romantic view of battle rap. But it's not just firepower. You are not the center of attention. This is not your bridal shower. When it comes to me, people click and watch online for hours. That's high engagement, like proposing on the Eiffel Tower. See, it's all about variety. And I've got a lot in my spice rack. I'm like Thanos because I might snap. I'm a legend, but you couldn't read my mind maps. Got the ghost of Shakespeare looking through the rhymes I rap, trying to rewind lines back like I just don't get how this fucking guy can write like that. Got the ghost of Shakespeare looking through the rhymes I rap, trying to rewind lines back like I just don't get how this fucking guy can write like that. And I don't even have to really try like that. Unhooking a bra, I do it with one hand behind my back. If I wore a bra, which I don't, just a simile, but you must admit to me, that's pretty funny imagery. See, you've got an arsenal of skillcraft, but that's why you're a cunt. Because what good is an armory when you fucking can't fire a gun? You do the bare minimum to win clashes, just walk in the line. You win battles, but you'll never win a war in your life. And that's... I mean, fuck you, man. I mean, you'll never win a war in your life. And see, that's why I'm fucking sick of him. Oh shit, no, I genuinely, no, that's gone.
Ready, yeah? Go, man. Go.
He said I can't do what he does. Fuck bars, though. He called himself Shakespeare, but he looks like David Mitchell in Upstart Crow. You're a concept battler. You ain't talented at rap. You're like that stand-up comic who enters Battle of the Bands. Always using drama school props that you've carried to the clash. So before we start this, come on, Adam. What do you have? Mayonnaise in your pocket? Object stashed up in your bag? If I take his coat or break his phone, there goes the second round angle that he's planned. He's always pulling out props from his jacket to his hand. I'd never pull that cheap shit just to pander to the Is that Arsene Wenger's coat? Or the Matrix guy's jacket? Some people bring a hip flask in their coat. He brings his favorite wine chalice. Anyway, you know what rhymes with Shuffle T's daily rhyme challenge? Fuck this sneak, change your life habits. Because this crazy rhyme addict spends all day alone inside his basement, working overnight on overtime on loads of rhyming statements. Don't blame COVID. He spent months and months in social isolation like 3 fucking years before coronavirus. Okay, that was a lie. I can tell it's pissing him off. I didn't spend months inside my basement. It was the loft. They said you're battling shuffle. Your hopes are so razor thin. I said, we're battling in Bristol, bro. There is no way he'll win. Wait, I just found a venue. The location's in. We're battling in an attic. Oh shit, it's actually a home game for him. And that's why in real life battles, he's so nervous. Check the symptoms that he's demonstrating. Always sweating excessively while his hands and his legs are shaking. Underneath the comic act, obvious it is damn fake. His face says that he's deadpan. His body says he's in mad pain. Barely even stand straight. Crumbling like sand grains. Bro, you're supposed to wait till the end of the battle for the handshake. That's why he fronts like he's got this laid-back core, because he's from a rich club. But I could tell from the shape man saw. I've watched him on the playback, scared like he hates rap. His limbs go missing while he's punching like Rain Man. So weak and brittle, I'd leave him bleeding with a straight jab. They offered a shuffle. I said that I could beat him with the same hand. Yeah, so call me Gingerbread. Yeah, it's fire. Come on. So you can call me Gingerbread. Ginger ale, thin and pale. I don't give a fuck, bro. You look like Christian Bale if he lived in jail. You look like Christian Bale if he lived in jail. The difference is, I insult him. He shivers from his toes to his fingernails. If he's ever had a rating of 10, it was on the fucking Richter scale. Because he's a doubles champ. But solos, you ain't one of my peers. Don't flop are running out of ideas. It's quite clear. Contender for my title? You should be way back of the line here when you haven't bothered defending the doubles title in almost 5 years. Yeah. That's real. You shouldn't get this shot until your others had some matches. Your talent was Jamie Murray's. Without a doubles match, you've lacked it. But no, you're more like Andy Murray, coming back with backspin, taking this shot while they were in front was just an underhanded tactic. Yo, because people like him get the career faster. Sounding posh makes you appear smarter. He claims he's putting in labor, but he's just a shit Tory like Keir Starmer. See, popularity alone shouldn't give you this spot. Because in solos, you really ain't been winning a lot, yeah. Popularity alone shouldn't give you this spot. Because in solos, you really ain't been winning a lot. You barely edged Cannell. You know you're taking a risk with this shot. It was hardly a bold win, so you should have been careful giving him props. Same predictable style, I know that I'll be faced with. But he's lost a few times. He's been over all the basics. If it's poker with these faces, I'm holding on to aces. I've seen that flop from shuffle, now I know I'm gonna raise him. Time.
Bale. He's fit, you're a clown. This isn't sweat, I'm wiping away your spit from my brow. We are sort of mates. But it's not the easiest friendship I've ever been caught in. I mean, sometimes he can be incredibly boring. And look, motherfucker, I get you adore him, but can you shut the fuck up about Jeremy Corbyn? Always writing shite songs about him, but the energy's flat. And insulting in videos his opposition on a very cheap flag. Last one said, fuck Jacob Rees-Mogg. Political, clever, deep rap. He's gonna feel pretty fucking silly when he sees that. Now, I could talk about your writing and all the shit that you get wrong, but it would be like explaining quantum physics to a swan. Your music is the worst thing that's known to Earth, but you know what's worse? Your spoken word. Since when did poetry need to be delivered with awkward timing? Complaining about your practically perfect life while sort of rhyming. Perfectly normal people go to these events. It makes them a massive arse, though. You can know someone for 10 years. Hiya, Maggie. My name isn't that, it's Margot. I'm getting a tea, would you like one? Oh, can we change that to macchiato? And do you have any fucking rye bread? I'm craving some avocado. You have to act as if you enjoy it, even if nobody did. You don't like one female poet, you're a chauvinist pig. I recently turned up to one of these little poetry gigs. They said slam poetry. I said, all right, poetry shit. Your anti-capitalism piece was super fantastic, but reading it off your latest iPhone loses the magic. I mean, come on, admit it. Face it, it's a fad. Oh yeah, let's hear about your fucked up relationship with Dad. And here comes the whitest person I've ever seen racing from the back with a poem that she's written called Racism is Bad. Oh, is it, Stacey? Thank you. Is it, Stacey? Thank you. What an original thought. That's just something we hadn't fucking considered before. Next up is my poem about how anxiety is like living a double life. Oh, fantastic. It's only the fucking 50th one tonight. You pretentious, self-aggrandizing, virtue signaling, smug, overrated, self-important, ridiculous, cunts! Doesn't it make you feel fucking stupid when you watch back on a different day and see the fucking cringe-inducing things you say with your weird hand movements and your twitchy face? Insipid. I'm a big fan of linguistics, but you're pretentious as shit with it. You can't even applaud the performers. I guess I just didn't click with it. And that's the biggest difference. And while you can't match with shuffle, you sit there and click your fingers, I sit back and crack my knuckles. There's the rub. Where does the rap start and the poetry stop? You can't make up your mind every opponent you've got. And so now when you perform, you seem hopelessly lost. Sanitizer stations, you're all over the shop. That's why I wash my hands. That's why I wash my hands of him. You do beat poetry but can't rap to one. You just got flashbacks to your battle when I said rap to one. Graf, they put me here in your city, on your stage to have some fun and show me beat poetry without having once banged a drum. And I'm done, Dan, you cunt.
Let's go, Graf. Let's do this. Round two.
Should have known he mentioned my Jeremy Corbyn rap. But he actually sent me a text in the morning, man. He told me to tell you he says you're a Tory twat. We both do education work. But I hate the shit Adam's designed. I help disadvantaged kids to rap. You teach rich adults to rhyme. And then call it one-to-one rap tuition? That's a very bold move, because a rapper's what Adam isn't. So this battle, let me coach you. I've analysed your cadence and it is all mess, because you flow like you're making all the syllables stretch. I've analysed your cadence and it is all messed, because you flow like you're making all the syllables stretch. You slow the third line just to spit them all stress, spoon feeding like you're being graded in a school test. Plus you do minimal prep. No attention to designing an image, just working back from a punchlines with rhymes that will fit it. The difference between a rhymer and a writer of lyrics is the point in the process you decide that it's finished. See, there's lyric placement, rhythm, cadence, different traits you don't get. You mimic the ways of Ricky Gervais, one trick that you play and it's so dead. It takes flow to rap, but COVID's back and we just hit a code red. He's spitting inside the venue, there ain't no way he passed his flow test. We're battling in Bristol, I ain't feeling no stress. This dead rich cunt getting dumped in the harbour like the protest. Plus we're battling in Bristol, I ain't feeling no stress. This dead rich cunt getting dumped in the harbour like the protest. When I drag him from his perch on some Black Lives Matter shit and have him clashing with the turf like a trans rights activist. He wanna turn hip-hop to his middle-class tutored day retreat. You brag your ratio of black friends is every 2 in 83. He won't admit his privilege or Britain's roots in slavery. And his girlfriend didn't know he'd propose because he refused to take the knee. Another culture ruined by toffs in their suit and tie jobs, defending the right like Cafu and Mycon. I actually like the comedians that you derive from. I just don't like this joker, Suicide Squad. Go! I just don't like this joker, Suicide Squad. You can't teach me nothing, I've been a student lifelong. If you do a live song, you'd probably use the mic wrong. I went number 1 in UK hip-hop. Those reviews for my song, you ain't been on iTunes, Shuffle, you'll never be a music icon. All you do is whitewash. Yeah, that's cold. Literally, all you do is whitewash. You're nothing but the class clown. That's why you always start rounds like, all right, mate, calm down. I mean, you just post rhymes in collections and boast like you invent them, taking the plaudits, but they didn't know he co-writes every section with the whole 5 of his members. Why don't those guys get a mention? The ghostwriter has a ghostwriter. I'm in ghostwriter Inception. I'm not battling Shuffle T or Shuffle Team. That's how I know he's fake. Plus, didn't I write some rhymes for your book? What are them royalties you owe me, mate? No, I'm serious. Check the opening page. He even wrote my name and showed me praise, so I just came to say you're welcome. Has been overstayed. You don't teach rap. You don't teach rap. You teach rhyme. A cheap, dry, bogus service. The problem with ghostwriting is there's no such thing as ghost rehearsing. Plus, if your fans are thinking, yeah, I could do that. Even they don't think you're so deserving. You have the watcher asking what if when they marvel at those multiverses. And they just copycat you till one viral stream became a common cancer. You don't cultivate talent. You turn people to your doppelganger. You called quenelle a korma with cream. I ain't never seen a stock that's blander than this Tesco pesto chucking extra coriander on his pasta. Making fun of words like lyrical is calculated on his planner. Making fun of what we do just so he can top the ladder. Yeah, bought in fans who were like you, but alienated the ones that matter. Lost a man, a stock of fans watching Smack and watching Jammer. For every fan of lyricism who wanted more than poncy banter. Every lyricist who was made to feel they were not a factor. This title's consequential. I'm just here today to stop the slander that was only ever propaganda from a comic actor who's not a rapper. So, one-on-one rap tutor? Nah. Failed comedian. Who the fuck could he inspire? You complain the scene's burning when all you do is feed the fire. If you hate the scene, retire. Just be that geeky writer, niche for hire, and keep trying to break our fourth wall, because it will never make your ceiling higher.
He did try and contribute to the book. Gave me every lyric he could think. The reason you don't get a shout out, we didn't keep them in. Yeah, I know, but it's a pity, wasn't it? And you said that I was part of the fucking Tory party. If I did switch, it was only because you were the face of the Corbyn army.
Let's go.
Now, if you'd have told me 3 years ago I'd be battling Crafty for the title, I'd be like, no way. You're kidding me. How did Crafty get the title? Losing it on your first offence? Well, shit happens. You're getting bullied, need to knock it on the head. Like Biff Tannen. Hello, McFly, it's closing time. This whole battle is an oversight. You can try shake it up, put the spin on it, but that won't help against the loaded dice. We're in your city and you're boring, but that doesn't mean that you're home and dry. This ain't one of your 5-minute no negative feedback wank circle little open mics. Look at him. So boring next to me. Such awkward energy. Your face looks like it was drawn from memory. Now there are similarities, but you'll never reach the golden few. There are similarities, but you'll never reach the golden few. Me and Marlo versus you and Harry, we had more chemistry involved than you, more energy and soul than you. I'm better at insulting you. I am the Pokemon you should hope and want to eventually evolve into. You think he's worthy of this position? It's a hoax, an urban myth. My rhymes evoke a certain wit. There's depth below the surfaces. Yours are a joke, a worthless trick they wouldn't show in circuses. I'm separating men from boys, like social services. crawled through the snow and dirt and shit, and now I've honed my workmanship into a point where people all around the globe can worship it. You'll drag this league down to the point where no one's heard of it. I'm here to snatch the opportunity you don't deserve to give. Like exposing people in clashes, one of his deft amazing powers. There's such a thing as sportsmanship, you uneducated coward. If people tell me secrets to have them kept awake for hours, then I take it to the grave like a fresh bouquet of flowers. Remember when you got washed by Heretic? You started bugging out and cried? Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah. Remember when you got washed by Heretic? You started bugging out and cried, airing all your dirty laundry for some fucking clout online? He'd have a clean sheet if you two clashed 100,000 times. You thought you were level pegging, but he hung you out to dry. Yeah. Everyone said, face it, you lost, it's okay, just move on, but you didn't accept it. Anyone disagreed with you, it turned instantly hectic to some Twitter domestic. I read comments about myself and carefully put them into perspective. You read comments about yourself like, it's hilarious that they think I'm offended. Having you at the helm is a total waste. I heard your track on the radio once. I thought, fuck me, this is overplayed. No one has you on their top 5. No debates. Know your place. If someone put you on their Mount Rushmore, I'd just look down at them. Stony face. I mean, come on, look at him. I think my point is proved. Is this the choice you choose? Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that all the Bristol joint approves, but you're not cut out for this, and that's the disappointing truth. Thing is, it's not just bars and wordplay, it's enjoyment too. Jeremy Corbyn brings out the little boy in you, obsessed with an older man in authority. Let's hear Sigmund Freud's review. Let's hear Sigmund Freud's review. Even if I choke all 3 rounds, get my shit destroyed and lose, and every single one of the judges' fingers point to you, Rowan will 100% have a quick appointment, bring some lawyers through, make them sidle up to the judges, give them coins and booze, anything that it takes to make them switch their choice from you, because when it comes to repping the title, they won't pick the poison fruit. I just make more sense from a business point of view.
Last round of the clash. Last round. Let's go, man.
I would respect what you do if you weren't so shamelessly proud about arranging some vowels. Like you've been solving world hunger, not just playing with sounds. Tweeting all day about the rhyming names that you found. Imagine he got booked for a funeral. What he'd say to the crowd. Although he's gone, he stays in a way that's profound. On days when we're down, he's the rain in the clouds. He's the grains in the ground. So we pray and we vow to live our lives like every day he's around. And you can find the rest of that scheme in my book available now. He's always chasing some clout. Because for Shuffle, there's no looks. He'd take out his nan's life support if it meant plugging his own book. Yo, I get it. You spent years writing it and hope for more of a profit. But don't you think your followers are bored of the topic? 99% don't care enough to draw for their wallet, and the 1% that do, bruv, have already got it. But I offer my condolences. I'm sorry if it's something that I shouldn't tell. If someone smashed into your car, and boxes of your dictionaries got took as well. Oh wait, you thought I meant feel sorry for him. For all I care, you can take his books to hell. And I feel sorry for the criminal wasting a robbery on the one thing that he couldn't sell. You're always bragging about it, bro. I mean, it wasn't brilliant. And the crowdfunder failed. And that put you in the wrong predicament. Cannell said your mum funded it. No, you were looking on with innocence, but shit, who is your private funder, Adam? Isn't it Robbie Williams? Robbie Williams. That's why when publishers reject his book, he takes that personally. Like, yeah, well, you'll regret this. I know members of Take That personally. He's the reason that your book came in stacks of cargo. What's next? You'll only do another title match with Marlowe if it gets signed off by Gary Barlow. Says he's a published author. bro, you ain't a novelist. It was a vanity project. Your celebrity mate wanted it. When you're middle class and posh as shit, the rest is down to politics. He didn't earn that contract. He won't even acknowledge it. That's something I got a problem with. So, Robbie, if you're watching this, really big fan, bro. I'd be super And that's because you only rap for nerds on forums. You call places like this the urban quarters. You only rap for nerds on forums. You call places like this the urban quarters. Free verses, you getting served in portions. Your curtain call, now the curtain's fallen, with caution. Feel the nerves in your internal organs. A murdered corpse to a learned swordsman. You turning pages, I'm turning corners. Take your books, find a furnace for them, burn them all. The Mad King or Cersei's orders. God mode, I observe his horrors.
Let's go.
You only rap for nerds on forums. You call places like this the urban quarters. Free verses, you getting served in portions. Your curtain call, now the curtain's fallen, with caution. Feel the nerves in your internal organs. A murdered corpse to a learned swordsman. You turning pages, I'm turning corners. Take your books, find a furnace for them, burn them all. The Mad King or Cersei's orders. God mode, I observe as Horus. A perfect storm in early August. So formulaic, your words are formless. Verse and chorus, his words just don't deserve importance. This cat's pen ain't worth the paw prints. Mine's worth a fortune, like a German auction for Erling Haaland's shirt in Dortmund. You said I don't deserve this. No, I know the football club, but I didn't know. When the whole scene was up north, in Manny, there was a hole down south. I moved the scene west and brought a sold-out crowd. I didn't listen to the feedback. I beat them all to be champ. Wasn't trying to win a title, I was trying to win a scene back. So don't come and rehash those same topics. I wasn't handed the torch, bro. It didn't even have a flame on it. They said that all the fans had left. I took the A road and found them. Now I'm a usher in a new era like Zaytoven's album. My loyalty to this scene would be Eddard Starks or Brienne of Tarth's. I earned this title while you were taking weekends to France. Yeah, I changed the direction. I reset the path. And now you're coming after Danny Trejo like the three-headed shark. So good to see you, Shuff. That was a tight clash, I'm sure you tried. But I just showed them the difference between nice raps and talking rhyme. Now it's the moment of his death. Right now his life's flashed before his eyes. And all he sees are 50,000 rhyme patterns organized. Another rapper dead, another life I took. But don't worry, his headstone will still read Shuffle T. Buy my book.
Hey, it's Tom here, Barra Resume, just judging Shuffle T versus Kraft. I mean, I've got copious notes that I'll go through, but I just want to say up the top, I think Kraft took it, maybe edging every round. Like, I think what's important to consider with this battle is the final bars of each battler. So Shuffle was saying, I make more sense for the company on a business kind of level, you know, and Kraft is sort of talking about how Shuffle just sees 50,000 rhyme patterns as his life forms before his eyes. And I just think that kind of spelled out the battle, really. Shuffle was hilarious throughout, you know, he was going into Kraft, he was deconstructing on that level. But I think Kraft had more tangible angles, he had more anger, he wanted to bite into his neck, you know. I mean, just looking at some of the battles, it's a white privilege to meet you from Shuffle was hilarious. The whole sort of origin story of him falling over a raised grate into grey paint and that sort of idea. But I just think Kraft altogether, he kind of just took the idea of Shuffle and just was a bit more demolition, you know, had a bit more of attack on it, talking about him being in the attic and it being in the attic. There was a lot of, and I'll be interested if people pick this up on cam, a lot of kind of Bristol bias. I felt not in a bad way, but, you know, I've got my Bristol lot here, Colston in the harbour, you know, Jeremy Corbyn, that sort of idea. But I don't know, I felt this was kind of, Shuffle was in second gear, which is where he needs to be, where he normally is. He's incredibly talented, you know, one of the greatest battlers of all time, no doubt about that, UK-wise, globally for me. But I just felt like on the night, I don't know, round for round, Kraft had more quality. So Kraft, I kind of want to say 2-1 to be friendly, but I'm going to say 3-0. I'm going to say the 3-0 Kraft.
Yeah, Sean Cray just judged Crafty against Shuffle T. I felt like the first round, Shuffle T was funny, but he wasn't a stellar Shuffle T. He was something just below. He kind of cut his round a little bit short. I thought it might have still been enough to take the round. Crafty came in and it was a higher level of quality that he was kind of coming with. I felt like he took that round very clearly. He was sort of going in on Shuffle with the props and everything. He was actually quite funny himself. He brought some character. Got to the second round. Shuffle T, again, he just wasn't quite hitting the levels that we've got used to with Shuffle T. I felt like Crafty he brought the same kind of levels that he did against Yunnan. Everyone's writing him off, and he just brought it. I felt like he took the two. Shuffle T won the third round. That was his best round, really, really funny. Crafty, a lot of his stuff in that third round didn't work for me, the funeral stuff, reading off the pad. It was kind of a shame that he ended a little bit slowly for me, but I thought he'd already done the hard work in 1 and 2. I gave it to Crafty 2-1.
Right, so the first round was fucking great for growth. Shuffle T's opener, the white privilege to meet you, great, perfect opener. He had the shit about the grey pain. Listen, I just write like the fucking finishing thing, so don't expect like whole detailed shit. If you watch the battle, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Andy Murray shit, won't remember a thing. The music festival, here for you, build character, never could apply to you. It was a decent first round. No, it was a strong first round. But what really, the stumble and the ending is round short against someone like Crafty, he's not going to do none of that. And his first round was super strong as well. He had the upstart pro rebuttal, the what have you, the pander to the fans, reference back to the fucking gimmick battle, the Arsenal Wingers coat, coronavirus, the love shit, home game for him. That was fucking. He had so much creative shit. The Shake Man saw, the same hand, I edged the first to Crafty. The stumble and the ending the round early definitely cost him in this. In the second round, Shuffle T's first second round, I literally ended it with a strong round, just to be like, this is, you know when people say beatable rounds or whatever, this was like, you're gonna have to really beat this round. Like, he had the, spit from my brow. The Jeremy Corbyn section was fucking hilarious. Quantum physics, awkward timing, acoustic section, I don't fuck. Poetry shit, latest iPhone, racism is bad, that whole segment, his anger really, this was a strong round. Crafty would have to do a lot to beat it. But he fucking did, man. His Jeremy Corbyn rebuttal was alright. The rich adult, teaching rich adults to rhyme, syllable stretch, the school. He really just, I said he's gonna have to do more than Crafty. He's really gonna have to fucking, but this is, his game plan was perfect for this. The flow test bar, protest, the trans right, the take the knee. Oh my, there's too much shit to mention. I don't want this to be a long thing. Both, I think these were probably their strongest rounds, to be honest. But Crafty was stronger. So I already had Crafty winning the battle before it got to the third round. I actually had Shuffle taking the third round with, He had Keep Them In, the Corbyn Army, Get the Title, the Biff Tannen shit. Shit about open mics are great. The Drawn from Memory, Evolve, doing Pokemon, the social services. Listen, I think he won this round. Crafty's third was strong, but lucky it wasn't dependent on this. He had the available now book rebuttal, plugging his own book, already got 1.5, couldn't sell 1.5. The Gary Barlow shit was funny. I thought the whole Robbie thingy section was like, he did it well, but it's like, I gave it 2-1. First 2 rounds to Crafty. Like, you could probably potentially argue, like, I know that the people are going to be hating the comments, 2-1 Crafty, he did amazing, he did what he had to do, 2-1 Crafty.
Lovely clash, beautiful. Probably my second favourite after my clash of the night. But yeah, so I reckon first round, let me get my phone out. First round, easily Shuffle T. That's a fact. Second round was close. I ain't gonna lie, it was close. But again, Shuffle T. There's I've wrote a lot of stuff where I've put stars next to it, and stars means it's very good. So there's a lot of great stuff from both people. But yeah, so I'd say the third round from Kraft was actually really nice. He had like a mad little rhyme scheme. I can't remember what it was. Let me refresh my memory. He said, it started from something about Dortmund, about the football team Dortmund. But yeah, so around that, I reckon I'd probably edge that to Kraft if I'm being a bit generous. But yeah, so basically Shuffle T won in it. Shuffle T for me, Shuffle T won. I could say maybe 2-1 Shuffle T or maybe 3-0 because I think the third round is a bit of a debatable. But yeah, that's me.
Yo, this is For Me. Just watched Shuffle T versus Crafty, the title match for Don't Flop's 13th birthday. Fucking insane battle. Like, that's like the peak of UK battle rap right now. That's why they deserve to be there. Such a hard decision, man. I think everyone really underestimated how hard Kraft was going to come because Shuffle was the favourite as usual. But he really disarmed him and shut down a lot of his humour by talking to him quite seriously and breaking him down as a person rather than just his character on stage. I'm just going to have to break down some punchlines, I guess. Shuffle T's first round, he did have the choke in there, but I didn't dip too much off because I feel like he only had a couple of bars left anyway. He had it's a white privilege to meet you, height of averageness. I'm not a caring friend when I say I'm here for you. Smashed it, but then Kraft came back with a rebuttal about his props, the whole angle about that. How he looks nervous, you're supposed to wait to the end of the battle for your hands to shake. So I gave the first round to Kraft because he really disarmed that. Second round, I actually gave it to Shuffle T because I found the slam poetry angles really funny. The impressions were fucking spot on. And I hadn't heard Shuffle T project that much before. He kind of got quite aggressive and it worked really well for him. Kraft still had some good shit in the second, but I couldn't give that to him. And then, yeah, the third round I gave to Crafty as well because he had a really long multi-punchline scheme that he drew out for quite a while. I think it was a whole 16-bar section where he was just going in, every 2 bars was a punchline. It was fucking sick, and I just feel like Shuffle didn't do enough in that last third round to claw it back. But yeah, that's me. I'm quite drunk right now, I'm talking shit, but big up.
Yo, we are back here after the interval. It was much needed. That was a fucking, that battle heated up the venue, man. That was an amazing title match. Give it up for these 2 MCs, man. Second rounds, I thought it was hilarious. The angles they took on their second rounds, fucking fire. Amazing battle, amazing title match. We're here in Bristol. The crowd was incredible. The 2 MCs were incredible. We just went to the judges. As far as I know, unless I'm misremembering this, we got a 4-1 split decision. And the winner has managed to defend the title successfully.
Fucking best of the shit. And buy his book. It's amazing.
Everyone come on, man. I said from day one it was going to be an even clash. Everyone come on, man, now. But obviously on the right hand side, at least we got a motherfucking pioneer of battle rap. Make some noise. I've got the utmost respect for both these guys. They both put in a serious fucking showing. But on the day, Crafty took the win. He is still the reigning Don't Flop champion. Make some noise for And now you can finally go back to texting each other. All right.